Hello everyone, this is Fanny. Welcome to my channel. But if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by and welcome. I love to do quick and easy DIYs on a budget using recycled items, thrifting items, and Dollar Tree items. If it's that interesting you, I would love to you consider me part of this family just by hitting the subscribe button, also the bell, and you will get notified every time I upload a new video and you won't miss anything. So if you want to see what I did and how I did it, let's keep on watching and I'm going to show you how to do it just like so. So for DIY number 1, here are the materials. This double pumpkin from Dollar Tree, some ribbons, and also some leftover bamboo skewers that I have from previous DIYs. So yeah, I finally going to use those leftovers and let's get creative. So I'm going to be removing everything as you can see except the burlap. So and then I'm going to leave that on the side just like so. So next I went ahead and cut the ends to the bamboo skewers. As you can see, I didn't measure anything because like I said, this is leftover, so I have different sizes. But that is okay because I'm going to be cover the entire pumpkin with the bamboo skewers. So the way I'm going to be gluing everything in here won't be any order and specific. I was just going to be following the different sizes and just playing around with until finish the entire pumpkin. So I ended up with something like that, and next I went ahead and stainless. Here I was showing 2 different kinds, but this is optional. I'm going to be using this one that I got on Amazon. I will leave the link on my description box. So next I used a baby wipe and clean it up the excess. So next I'm going to just paint a little bit the edges of the pumpkin using white chalk paint. Just like so. So next I'm going to hot glue the small pumpkin on top. So next I'm going to leave the pumpkin on the side just for a little bit and give a good coat of white chalk paint to one of those galvanized sides, as you can see. So then all I did was use some hot glue and place it on it. All the good times just begun. And look how beautiful this pumpkin looks already. So now for the final touch, I'm going to be making a cute messy bow. I've been loving this kind of bow recently, so you will see me doing this more often. So all I do is cut different pieces of ribbon, but if you have leftover ribbon will be even better. So in my case, I just cut it on half. Fold it on half and cut it to make this thinner strips. So and then I just make like X's in different directions and then add a piece of twine on the center, tie it on it, and voila. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through and through. No limit to what we can do. And look how cute this bow turned out. So all I did after was just cut the ends and then add a little detail on the center was a wooden leaf. And then I just going to tie it on the top of the pumpkin. I'm not even hot gluing, just using the same twine that I tied the bow and just tied it on the top. Okay, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So yeah, and basically that is it, and I think it came out really cute. But I always want to know, what do you guys think? So for DIY number 2, I'm going to be making a lightning pumpkin using this Dollar Tree pumpkin and some lights from Dollar Tree as well. And let's get creative. So I'm going to start off by removing everything on the pumpkin just like so. Next, I use the same paper to smooth it out the sticky part. So next, I'm going to be drawing some lines on it to create that chip-lap look. Next, I'm going to using this rotating tool, I think they call, or drill. Okay, I think that's how they call it. And go over the lines that I drew before, just to give you more realistic chip-lap look. And I ended up with something like that. So next, I went ahead and drilled holes on the pumpkin. So next, I just sand it a little bit. So next, I'm going to use the white chalk paint and give it one light cut on it. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have. I used the hair dryer for a quick process. Now with the antique wax, I'm going to go over the lines just like so. You and I, the future is bright. So next, with the leftover paint on the brush, I went back over the line, as you can see, just to give it that distressing look. So when the paint was dry, I wanted a really rustic look, so I went ahead and sanded it as well. And I ended up with this beautiful weather rustic look. So now it's time to add the lines, and here I'm going to be showing my mistake. I grabbed one of those packages with the little leaves on it, so I removed the leaves, as you can see, and then I'm going to be placing it on the holes on the pumpkin. So when I finished adding all the lines on the pumpkin, I realized that I made extra holes. I made the mistakes for you guys, so make sure you count the lines before you drill the holes. So next I did was grab another package that came with 18 lines, so I had enough to cover all the holes that I have made. So for this one, I'm going to be using a little bit of masking tape or tape on it to be able to hold it up. And there you have it, nothing happened. Problem resolved. So now I'm going to use the antique wax to stain the top of the pumpkin and also the edges. So next I'm going to make another cute messy bow just to add some detail to the pumpkin.
Side by side and through, no limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight.
So the little cute bow is ready. I'm just going to be placing on it using hot glue and also some greenery. And at this point I think this little pumpkin look absolutely beautiful, but I thought I want to add in some message on it, so I'm going to use these transfer stickers also from Dollar Tree and spelling some words on it.
We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
You have to be a little bit patient with these little stickers. Sometimes they are really hard to place it on it, but I think they are really cute. All I did after was add a little leaf on it, and I think it came out absolutely beautiful. To be creating a beautiful acorn garland. So here are the materials.
Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So first I went ahead and removed the sticker and drill a hole on that wooden leaf, just like so. Also smooth it out by using sandpaper. So next I'm going to be using a tassel that I already have from previous DIY, but I have showed you guys how I made my tassels in previous DIYs. So I will leave that link on my description below in case you missed it. So all I did was just use one of the strings and place the lid on it, and then make a double knot, and then use a little bit of lighter just to smooth it out and give it that really nice color. Now with the acorn, as you can see, they are made of styrofoam. So all I did use one of those, a floral pick, and then just poke the hole on it and voila. So next I went ahead and attached the tassel on other piece of twine, which is the twine that I'm going to be using for the garland. As you can see, I cut the excess, but at the same time I left two small pieces to be able to glue it on it and create that thick surface on it. And next, the fun part, which is trimming the beads and also the acorn. I didn't have any specific design on it. I was just playing around to see how I like better, and I ended up with 2 beads and then acorn, and just keep going the same way. So next, all I'm going to be doing is making a loop with the beads, just like so. You can also finish it and add another tassel at the end, but I want to make something like loop, I think. I don't know exactly the name, but that's how I call it. So before I make a knot, I put the twine through the hole of the bead, just like so, and then make double knot, cut the excess, and then hide the knot in between the beads and the acorn, and nobody will see that. And that is it. That is it for this one. I think it came out absolutely beautiful. I just love so much garlands, with garlands around the house, so every time I can, I make one. And why not? So please let me know in the comments down below if you are like me, crazy with the garlands around the house, and let me know what do you think about this one. So for DIY number 2, this one is super quick and easy. Here are the materials, like I mentioned it before, mostly Dollar Tree items except one of the ribbons and the paint. So I'm going to be using only 4 wooden planks, and the package comes 6, but like I say, only 4. And then I'm going to give it really good coat of white chalk paint, and also the popsicle sticks with the chalk paint and a color in dark gray. Once I was done with that, I went ahead and flip it over the planks, and then I'm going to be cutting the popsicle sticks just like so. So next I use one of the popsicle sticks to have the same space in between, and hot glue the others, as you can see. And I ended up with something like that. So next I went ahead and just attached a frame hanger on it with hot glue only. So at this point you have a plain canvas basically to create anything you want. This is quick and easy. All I'm going to be doing is spelling the word fall, and also adding some wooden stickers on it just to decorate the sign. Now I didn't have the letter F, so I went ahead and cut the letter E, the bottom, and there you have it.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done.
So after I applied the poster letters, I went ahead and add the wooden stickers and playing around the way I wanted. So I was back and forth, putting in, putting back. So at the end I ended up just with few on the bottom and some on the A. And then I'm going to be making a cute messy bow, I think that's how they call it, by cutting 2 small pieces of ribbon just like so. But like I said, you can also use leftovers of ribbon that you have around and just create really cute and messy bow. So I made it smaller and thin strips just like so, and to be able to put it together, all I did was just create like an X's at the same time in different directions. And then all I'm going to be doing is tying on the center by using a small piece of twine, making double knots, and there you have it. And I also added a simple twine bow on top just to give you more details on it. And look how cute this little bow came out. All I did after was add a little bit of hot glue and place it on it, and there you have it, a beautiful sign, super quick and easy to make. And I think they came out so cute. So but I also want to know, what do you guys think? And for my last DIY, I had to confess, this one is my favorite. So super quick and easy. All I'm going to be doing is using those chalkboard and some galvanized signs from Dollar Tree. Give it good paint, chalk paint on the edges, just like so. So next I'm going to be attaching both by using wood glue and hot glue at the same time.
You and I can weather any storm. birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight.
And I also use a popsicle sticks just to reinforce the back.
Us crazy, but things are finally right.
So when I was done with that, I went ahead and add more wood glue on the center or on the seam, just like so, just to reinforcement and cover at the same time that space in between. So then I thought I want to look more like a one piece, so I went ahead and paint the center with dark paint, just like so. And for the final touch, one of my galvanized sides I was already using in previous DIY, so I had already painted, so I just had glue it on the center and voila. At this point you can just leave it as it is because it looks beautiful, but I just went ahead and add some pumpkins on it.
Let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but
And that is it for this one. I think it came out so cute. I just love the simplicity of this design, but I want to know what do you guys think. I removed the little bulb first, and then now I'm going to be mixing three kind of colors of paint, acrylic paint. I will leave the names on it because I do not remember now. But yes, so until I got the Aqua, I don't know exactly the name of this color, but I think it's really pretty how it came out. So I went ahead and just give it really good paint to the entire pumpkin, just like so. So next I'm going to use the Waverly Antique Wax in little piece of cloth and focus on the edges as you can see, and just give it that really nice look.
we carry on. I rise from the ashes. I heal from your passion. My doubts are gone.
So when I was done with that, I went ahead and used some stickers from Dollar Tree, the regular stickers and also the transfer stickers, just to decorate the little pumpkins. So I spelled the word welcome, and then I got just going to be placing some little details on top and also on the bottom, just like so. So So next I just going to make a cute little bow using this ribbon that this one is not from Dollar Tree. I purchased that on Amazon Christmas days, I believe. And I ended up using it until now. So yeah, and I also I'm going to put it back the little raffia that come with the pumpkin and added some twine as well. So I glue it on the top and look how beautiful this turned out. I'm going to be adding some burnies or Mod Podge if you have that in hand, and just to make sure those little stickers don't go anywhere. So but for the final touch, I just added some little leaves on it just to give you some greenery on top. And basically that is it for this one, and I think it came out so cute, but I want to know what do you guys think.
That's crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I.
So for DIY number 2, I'm going to be creating 3D pumpkins with the stands by using this double pumpkins. I think it's like a napkin holders, I don't know, and some signs. So I pull it apart, and now I'm going to be painting those little pumpkins with the same mix of paint that we did before, just like so. So I also use some empty wax to paint the inside part to the signs. As you can see, I didn't show that part, but yeah, and I also distress the little pumpkins and paint the top part.
Things are finally right.
So next, with a mix of the blue paint, I went ahead and paint just the outside part of the frames, as you can see.
Now we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Even in the
So now it's time to attach all the pieces together. As you can see, the little clips leave the holes on it, so I'm going to be covering them by placing the little pumpkin just right on top by using a little bit of hot glue, and look how beautiful. Now with the little ribbon, I went ahead and create 2 little bows and hot glue them on top of each pumpkin, as you can see.
we don't need no more.
So next I went ahead and decorate the little pumpkins by using some transfer stickers on the top and also on the bottom. And look how cute those looks already. So all I did after was adding some little stickers to spell the word hello fall, and also adding some greenery on the top and also on the side of the little pumpkins. And basically that is it for this one. I think they came out so darling. I just love them. I love the simplicity of design, but I think they look so cute as well. But like I say, I always want to know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comments down below what do you think about this color as well. I have this leftover frame from previous DIY, so I didn't even have the back of the frame. So all I'm going to be doing, just give it really nice paint, the same colors I did on the first DIYs, and just distress it after with the empty wax. And now for the back of the frame, I'm going to be using a leftover foam board that I have around. Just place it on it. I'm not even going to glue it, just push it down and fit just right, as you can see. So next I went ahead and just covered the white part of the foam board by using empty wax. So next I went ahead and used this nice burlap leaves from Dollar Tree, place it one on the top. As you can see, I didn't even glue on it, I just put it through the corner with a little wire on it, one on the top and one on the bottom, as you can see. I just love this combination, black, burlap and blue. I think it looks so pretty. So next I went ahead and used the same letter stickers and give it some blue paint on it and just spell the word fall in love. And basically we almost done. All I did after was adding some leftover leaves and some cotton flower on the corner, and I also added a little pieces of ribbon, and basically that is it. And I think it came out so adorable. With the materials, 3 picture frames from dollar store, some wooden stickers, and also some wire signs from dollar. So let's start removing the plastic from the picture frames, and then also remove the back of the picture frame, if that makes sense. So when you're done with that, then we're going to use our white paint or any colors that you have in hand. Like I always mention, it doesn't need to be perfect, just one coat, light coat would be fine. Let it dry, and in the meantime let's remove those little clips from the back to the front. So then I use white paint for one, and then I create the orange color using red and a little bit of yellow. And I also used the Mosh Waverly paint from the Walmart store, and I really love that color. That's one of my favorite paint from the brand. I mean, yeah, the color. So, but if you are impatient like me, just use the hair dryer. And you don't have to be waiting, because we know the acrylic paint take a little bit longer to the chalk paint to get dry. So then with the antiques wax, we're going to stain a little bit the picture frames, and then I just glue on top the wire signs to creating like a 3D frame. Then with the stickers, I just play around the way I was thinking they looked good. So you can create your own design. Doesn't need to be the same that I'm doing. Just this is only an idea, and you can create your own. So I played around a little bit with the stickers, and as you can see, then one of the big pumpkins, I wanted to put it on it, and then I didn't like it orange. I want to keep it the same green, so I just added a little bit of paint, and then I just glue it. Pumpkin frame using only Dollar Tree items. So we will need some pumpkin stencil, some foam board, some white and gray acrylic paint, some empty wax, and also some cork ribbon, also from Dollar Store. So first I just start cutting the board, but I did measure it, try to measure that my pumpkin will fit on it. So then I used the cutter and I cut the front. So then I use the scissors to create lines to make it look like wood, just like so. Next I use the gray and white acrylic paint. First I started with the gray. I give it the first coat, as you can see, and then on top I use a little bit of white acrylic paint, just like so. And next I use my best friend hair dryer to make it easy and quick to dry my foam, so just like so. Next I use the antique wax, and then I just remark it a little bit, the line that we made it before, and then I use the pumpkin stencil. So what I did first was just trace the entire pumpkin, and then I covered the entire foam, as you can see, just like so. Then I removed the stencil, and oh my god, I was so excited about it because it came out beautiful. So I used the hair dryer, and then I used a little bit of white paint just to use it on the edges, just to give it like a highlight or something like that. Then I also use a little bit of white paint on the lines that we create at the beginning, and then I will be using also some antique wax, the same brush that I used before, just to distress the white paint, just to make it look more realistic, just like so. I also remarked the stain with the antique wax, and also a little bit inside of the pumpkin, as you can see. Look beautiful already. So then I use the cork ribbon, and then I'm going to be placing in the entire frame, as you can see. That was my first time using the cork ribbon, and I think it looks really nice. But another option is using those Jenga little blocks, that would be cool also, but I didn't have those. But I think it came out really nice. I really hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get started with the materials we will need. Some fabric that I purchased from Walmart, was really inexpensive. I paid $2 for 2 jars. I also will need some foam pumpkins, also some twine, some acrylic paint, and that's all. So let's get started. So first what I did was just cut 2 pieces of fabric. Next I grabbed the pumpkin, I placed it in the center of the fabric, and then I realized it was kind of see-through, as you can see. So before I start wrapping all the entire pumpkin with the fabric, I decided to give it a light coat with some acrylic paint that I have in hand. I used a color that was gray, so light gray, as you can see. So it doesn't need to be perfect, just a little light coat. Then I will be using some leftover wood that I have for a previous DIY, and then I just stain it a little bit. So then I used the hot glue, and I started to wrapping around the entire pumpkin with the fabric. As you can see, I use my hot glue and also the stick glue to help myself and not burn my fingers. So then I just cut the excess to the fabric, and then I start to pushing a little bit down, just to try to create like a little hole, I guess, to be able to place the stem. So when I'm done with that, next what I did, it was grab some leaves from dollar store. I just grabbed 3 and I glue it together. I didn't show on the video, sorry for that. So then I just grabbed more hot glue and I placed it on it, and then I will use a lot of hot glue also to glue the stem, as you can see. Next I use the twine just to wrap around the stem, and just to give it better and nice finished look. And nothing special, just wrapping around a couple times and you will end up with something like that. Beautiful. Then I just decided to use the same twine, follow the same shape of the pumpkin, and then without cutting the twine, just like so. So then I repeat the step with the entire pumpkin. Just like so. It came out beautiful. Then for the next pumpkin, I'm going to repeat the same step, wrapping around the fabric on the pumpkin. And then the only different thing I'm going to do is just the way I'm going to glue the twine. So as you can see, I started first with the twine, not with the stem. So but I'm not going to follow any shape of the pumpkin. I'm just going to wrapping around just like so. And then when I'm done with that, I just use a lot of hot glue, and then I place the leaves and then also the stem. We're going to need some burlap, some paints, rollers and scissors, and also some brushes. So let's get started. So first what I did was use my roller and mark it and trace it a triangle, and then I cut it with my scissors, just like so. Next I grab my paints and create the color orange using the colors red and yellow, and that's what I did first. And then I started with the color white on the bottom of the triangle, and next was the orange, and on top was the yellow, just like so. So there you have a beautiful candy corn. So I finished the rest of the triangles, and then I grabbed some jar, and now I'm going to place it on the jar. So there I was looking where I was going to trace it, then I just flip over and to make it easy to glue it, just like so. Then with the same jar, I just twist it around on my hand or roll it in my hand a couple times, like 10 times, to create a tassel. So then I cut another small piece to tie it, and that will be also how we're going to tie it on the banner or garland, however you call it. Then I cut another small piece just to wrap it around on top. As you can see, to create the tassel. Then I cut the bottom, and voila, there you have a beautiful tassel. So then I create a bunch, and then I start to put it out on the garland, just like so. And now for our second garland will be a neutral. So we're going to use some widow stickers, some lace ribbon from dollar store, some white paint, and also some burlap. So then I trace our triangles on the burlap, and then I cut it off. Just like so. And then I grab some piece of jar, and then I'm going to be gluing it on it. just like so. So then I cut some small pieces of lace ribbon, and then I would be gluing it on in between of this triangle, as you can see. So when I'm done with that, then I just grab some wood stickers and I use some white paint, and I painted just the leaves and pumpkin, just like so. Then I will be placing on the burlap. So I started leaving 2 at the end just to make sure that we have enough stickers, or stickers, wood stickers. And then when I noticed that I have enough, so I finished the entire banner. And now for the last garland, we're going to use some twine, some burlap, scissors, and also some berries. So first I did was just cut like a small square, and then I used that as a stencil, and then I cut it all the same side, and then I just folded once on the middle, and then I just cut it as a diagonal, creating something like that. Beautiful. Then I cut some piece of twine, and I also use a hot glue to place it on it, just like so. And next what I did, it was just grab some marker, and then I just write the word fall, and then I cut the berries, and I will be using those as a fillers for the letters. So first I just pull apart all the berries with the scissors, and then I start gluing all on top to the letters with the hot glue, just like so. Next I use a little bit of orange paint just to cover the imperfection of the berries. Then I grab some white paint just to color a little bit on the edges on the bottle, and then I will be using also some orange only for the edges, just like so.